What's cracking, Spolders? MANdler here at the Man Cave. It's Wednesday, which means it's time for a little Ask MANdler question. I'm going to go Dr. MANdler on you today. Teach you a thing or two about a thing or two. This question comes from one Luke Johnston. He goes, "Hey MANdler, just wondering how you program speed into the swole system. I noticed you don't have much sprinting in the actual course. Do you rely solely on jumping and strength gains to improve speed?" It's a good question, my friend, good question. First off, if you're trying to increase linear speed, number one, I want you to understand where to program it. If you look at a sprint, all a sprint is a plyometric movement. It's inducing the stretch shortening cycle, and I see a lot of people really screwing up where they program their speed work, especially a lot of high school coaches or a lot of just bullshitting sports specific coaches. They put it at the tail end of their training. That's absolute nonsense. A sprint, being a plyometric movement, is very central nervous system dominant. So if you're absolutely spent physically, it's not going to do you a damn bit of good to put it at the tail end of your training. So what you want to do, because it essentially is a plyometric movement, you want to treat it as such. You want it to be right in the beginning of your training after you're warmed up and you've done something to really get yourself prepared to move fast and explosively. You want to get fast, you have to teach yourself to move fast. If you're already spent and you're just, you're doing basically conditioning with your sprinting, then you're going to condition yourself to move slow. So number one, focus on where you're programming it. You treat it as a plyometric movement, and as such, you would put it right in the beginning, I'd say right after your dynamic warm-up. Another thing I want you to think about too is, yes, when we do increase our strength, our speed will improve as well. But it's not just strength that will improve your linear speed. The reason strength is so important is because when we increase the amount of force we can apply to the ground, we will chew up more ground. And the fewer steps it takes to get to that 40-yard mark, if we're running a 40, obviously the less time it'll take to get there. So linear speed, if you're running a 40, something like that, you want to focus on two things: stride length and stride frequency. Okay? Stride length is going to improve when you have increased maximal strength as well as some hip mobility and flexibility as well. So focus on increasing your maximal strength, with core lifts, so deadlifts and squats and different variations of such, as well as really focusing on flexibility as well. The last thing you're wanting to focus on to improve your linear speed and just to really become fast as grease lightning is to focus on proper form. Everything comes back to form. All right, you have to be the model of efficiency to be worth a damn in anything in life. So you don't want any wasted movements when you're running, and that's another extremely large problem that a lot of kids have, and it's something that it's very easy to fix. You just have to find someone that knows what the hell they're doing. So hopefully that helps you out, buddy. Number one, think of this: treat it like a plyometric. Put all your speed work in the beginning, where you would typically put plyometrics. Increase your maximal strength, increase hip mobility and flexibility, as well as learn some good form. You do all those things, and I can guarantee you will become a much faster, more explosive athlete. Hopefully that helps you all. If you have any other questions about performance in the gym, on the field, or in life, send them my way. Send me an email, goelitesc@gmail.com, subject line Ask MANdler, and I will set you straight. Have a good night, Spolders. MANdler out.